Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the wedding of the year. Today, Jim and Toula will become man and wife. My name is Colin Johnson, and it is my absolute pleasure to officiate as celebrant today at their wedding. It's a wonderfully happy occasion, and we're all excited about the upcoming celebrations of Jim and Toula. I'll be assisted today by the lovely Nikki, Jim's little sister, who will act as an interpreter as required, since my Greek was not quite up to standard, everyone said. So just before the bridal party arrives, I have a request from the bride and groom, and that is that today will be an unplugged ceremony. And by that I mean that there'll be no photographs taken, apart from the photos taken by the official photographer. Certainly you're welcome to take as many photos as you like after the ceremony is over, but please, at the bride's request, she's asked that we don't post any of those on social media until tomorrow. So during the ceremony, we'd ask you to please turn off all mobile phones and relax and enjoy the special moments that are about to unfold before you. Well, the plane from Greece, I see, has landed, the bride has alighted, and she's ready to marry her childhood sweetheart, Jim. Please everyone stand and welcome the bridal party. Well, welcome to our bridal party. They look absolutely stunning. Please, ladies and gentlemen, take your seats. We are gathered here today to witness and celebrate the very happy union of Jim and Toula. I know that both families are very loving and supportive of this union, and Dimitri did an absolutely wonderful job of walking Toula down the aisle, standing here today in place of Toula's beloved Father George, who couldn't be here today because of the distance. I would now ask members of Toula's family and Jim's family to stand where you are and ask you a very important question. Families, will you give your blessing to Toula and her soon-to-be husband Jim as they get married today, offering them your unconditional support, unconditional love and wisdom now and in the future?
We will.
Thank you, families. Please be seated. You know, Jim and Toula were destined to be with each other. This is an incredibly special love story that we see unfold before us today. A story that goes back many, many years, and to the days when Jim and Toula, they were actually went to high school together in the mid-1970s. Yes, this story started way before many of you were even born or thought of. Toula told me a little bit earlier that her heart was absolutely broken when Jim's family migrated to Australia, a country which couldn't be any further away than where they lived together in Greece. And this before the days of social media and the ease with which we stay in touch today. So incredibly far away moved Jim so many years ago. And as Toula said, it broke her heart when that happened. But here today, we have that union coming back together, quite amazing. And it was thank goodness for Facebook, Toula. It was through Facebook some 40 years later that Toula and Jim have reconnected. And we're amazed to find that they had both raised two absolutely beautiful children and each now found themselves together at this time of life alone. Their love story was rekindled, and the rest, as they say, is history. And so here we stand today, having shared their growing up years together and now dearly looking forward to sharing their next chapter of life together. Now between Jim and Toula, they have 8 grandchildren, and they both look forward to returning to Greece and watching these families grow and flourish together. Well, it's these 8 grandchildren, everyone, they're absolutely champing at the bit because they're about to perform a song for us now. We're in for a real treat as Jim and Toula's grandchildren, 8 of them, accompanied by Toula's daughter on keyboard. They're going to sing for us a traditional Greek love song, which they have lovingly prepared and rehearsed for this particular occasion. Would you please put your hands together and give them a huge encouraging welcome as they come forward now to sing for us. Thank you, kids. You did an absolutely amazing job, and I'm sure did all your families proud, as you would have done your grandparents, Jim and Toula. Thank you for being so game to do that. Wonderful. It was a very special moment. I know it'll be long cherished by your grandparents and your parents as well. Jim and Toula, I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to the law. Before you are joined in marriage, in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage according to law in Australia is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. It is also a wonderful adventure and also the best decision that you will ever make. I'm sure Toula and Jim, you agree with that sentiment today. Jim and Toula, would you please face each other and now take each other's hands? This is the really important part. James Stephen Peters, will you take for Toula Christakos to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, respect her, champion her, and be by her side forever?
I do.
It's a good sign for Toula. For Toula Christakos, will you take James Stephen Peters to be your husband? Do you promise to love him, respect him, champion him, and be by his side forever?
I do.
Beautiful. Thank you. Look, it's obvious to everyone who knows you that you love each other sincerely and are very serious about entering into this exclusive relationship that we're all witnessing today. On behalf of your family and your friends, be happy and have the wonderful marriage and life that you both deserve. Jim's daughter Angela will now read a poem for us, and the bride and groom, Jim and Toula, have selected this poem and have chosen to have Nikki read that. And that poem is I Carry Your Heart by E. Cummings. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. That was absolutely beautifully read. That lovely poem brings us to the vows Jim and Toula will make to each other today. Jim and Toula, please face each other. And once again, maybe Jim, take Toula's hand just for a little bit of support, guidance, and she'll stabilise you as you stand. And I know you've written these vows from the heart, both of you, and you're dying to share those with each other. Jim.
I call upon the people here present to witness that I, James Stephen Peters, take you, Toula Christakos, to be my lawful wedded wife. I will love and protect you all the days of my life. I love everything about you. I promise to be there forever and to hold your hand on long-haul flights, even when you're too nervous to ask me to. I promise to laugh at your jokes, even if they make me look bad. I promise to be the best husband to you I can be.
Beautiful, thanks, Jim. And Toula, your vows?
I call upon the people here present to witness that I, Toula Christakos, take you, James Stephen Peters, to be my lawful wedded husband. I never imagined we would meet again, and the love we once shared would be stronger than ever. I never imagined I would have a second chance at love. I feel like the luckiest girl in all the world, and I promise that I will love and never stop loving you all the days of my life. You are my everything.
Absolutely beautiful vows, Toula. Well done. May we please have the rings? Again, another significant part of our ceremony, the rings. Jim, if you take both those rings for a start and maybe hand this one to me and take the one that you're going to give to Toula. And Jim and Toula, you've chosen to exchange rings in order to seal the promises that you've made to each other today. Jim, as you put the ring on Toula's finger, would you please repeat after me? Toula, I give you this ring.
Toula, I give you this ring.
To wear every day.
To wear every day.
As a reminder.
As a reminder.
Of my never-ending love.
Of my never-ending love.
And commitment to you.
And commitment to you.
Beautiful. And Toula, if you would take this ring and just repeat after me as you place that on Jim's finger. Toula, Jim, I give you this ring.
Jim, I give you this ring.
To wear every day.
To wear every day.
As a reminder.
As a reminder.
Of my never-ending love.
Of my never-ending love.
And commitment to you.
And commitment to you.
Why don't you give them a round of applause, everyone? Jim and Toula, in front of your family and friends, you have declared your intentions to be married and you have made vows to be true to each other. With great pleasure, then, and to the delight of your family and friends, I now declare you to be husband and wife. Jim, you may now kiss your bride. I invite the bride and the groom now to also with John and Nikita. They're going to come to the desk for the signing of the register, and we'll be back with you very shortly. We're going to sign 3 documents here, so if you just sign just here, just there. Thank you. If you just sign this one here. This one, just sign here. Fantastic. If you pass that pen over to your new husband. Just sign it on there. Jim, just here. Oh, signature. So sign this one here. And the register. Fantastic. Thank you. And then the conveyor. Just Okay, thank you for being so patient, everyone. We're almost at the end of the formal part of our proceedings today, but before we do conclude here, I would like to give a very special thanks to the wonderful Nikki, who has interpreted so wonderfully and effortlessly throughout our ceremony. Why don't you give her a round of applause, everyone? Great job. Well done, Nikki. I certainly could not have done that without you. Well, congratulations, Jim and Toula. Today has been just a very special and great and wonderful day. We've witnessed you declaring your love, making solemn vows and promises to each other to become man and wife. So now it is with my greatest of pleasure to present to you. Please, everyone, just stand and we'll present to you for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Peters.